guys, I hope you're having a really great day. I've got to say I'm feeling pretty happy today. It's been so nice and sunny and it honestly makes a massive difference to my mood. Today I thought we would decorate another cake together. I really want to make sure that I keep producing content for my channel, but it is very difficult at times when you're running a business. If you didn't already know, I have a small cake shop in the UK, and so keeping up with everything is a lot of work. However, the YouTube thing is just something I've wanted to do for such a long time. I've been watching YouTube videos for a few years and I really wanted to share some of my knowledge with the world. To be honest, I kind of feel like the content that I'm producing at the moment isn't exactly what I want to do. Yes, I make cakes for a living, but I want to talk about things like science and psychology and business and spirituality and all these different things that I'm interested in and that I've learned about over the years. So I kind of thought maybe I could incorporate a bit of that whilst decorating cakes, because they're quite different topics to what I'm actually doing. I'm not quite sure how it's going to fit into my channel, but I'm just gonna inject little bits now and again. So let's get on and decorate this cake. The cake that we're doing today is a coffee and walnut cake, which is an absolute classic. I've already given it 2 coats of buttercream, so I'm going to do one more. I think that'll be fine to get a full coat. If you want to see a full video on how to coat a cake in buttercream, I'll link it somewhere at the top of the screen right now, so you can go and watch that if you like. So I've got some buttercream here. I'm going to get on with the 3rd layer. Now, I've seen on YouTube quite a lot of these like get ready with me videos, so I guess you could call this like decorate a cake with me or something, whilst I just talk about random stuff that's on my mind. I actually find it really difficult talking to camera, so it will probably take me a while to actually start talking about some of the stuff that I want to and that I've learned, but I figured if I don't just do it, then I'll never get better, so here we are. For the buttercream here, I've actually flavoured it with this Camp Coffee. I don't know if you know what this is. It's so old school, like I don't really remember it, but my mum and my grandma said they used to have it when they were a child. You kind of have it like in warm milk. It's just really great as a flavouring. I mean, it doesn't really actually smell that nice. It's got chicory in, but it does taste great in butter icing, so I would definitely recommend it. I have used actual coffee in the sponge though. And another tip, if you're making a coffee or walnut cake or any other cake with like nuts in, is to toast them first, because it really brings out their flavour. Honestly, it makes such a difference to your cake. For about 20 minutes or so before I get on and decorate it. I was going to give it a very like traditional look with like piping around this edge and the bottom edge as well, but actually I think I might just give it a little bit of a modern twist, so we'll see what happens. First thing I'm going to do, whilst my buttercream is still like slightly soft, is I'm going to add a few like chopped walnuts kind of around the sides, but not all the way up, just a small amount around the bottom. So I'm going to take it off my turntable, put this down, and we'll go and zoom in a little bit closer so you can see. Now that we've added these nuts to the side, side, I'm gonna add like a partial drip. This is gonna give it a really modern look. I have got some dark chocolate ganache here. If you want a recipe for this, I'll link it at the top of the screen right now. So, what I'm going to do is just add a little bit on the side, but I'm not going to go all the way around the cake, and I'm not going to put any like on top and fill the centre. I just want a partial drip, which I think will look really cool and really modern. There we go, and we chill this down again. Now for my final decorations, I'm going to do a bit of buttercream piping. So I'm using a plain round nozzle here. It's like a 1 centimetre one. I think that would be good. Then I'm going to add in a few of these little amaretti biscuits. I love these biscuits so much. They kind of taste like marzipan, and I think they're just a good biscuit to have with coffee. I think the flavours pair quite well. So I'm going to add a few of those in as well, and just put some of this on. Now I think Bake Off's on tonight. To be honest, I don't really know. This always shocks people, but I don't watch the Bake Off. I mean, I used to watch it when it like first started, but after a while, I guess I just got a little bit bored with it, and it does always really surprise people, but it just doesn't really interest me anymore. I honestly think it's great what they do on the show, but I don't know, it's all just kind of like boring entertainment. It's all just for show, you know? It's not really real. To be honest though, I actually stopped watching TV altogether about a year ago, I'd say. I just decided that it was a bit of a waste of time, really. When you're running a business, there's a lot to do, and I just thought, I don't really need TV in my life anymore. And what I've come to realise is how much TV will like program your mind without you realising it. You have to be really careful about the information that you're feeding your brain, and this is something that I've realised. So really the reason I cut out TV was just kind of one of the things I did to improve my life. I'm massively into like self-improvement and self-development, and yeah, I think actually I watched a video about why you should stop watching TV, and I guess that kind of convinced me, and in all honesty, I haven't really missed it. It's amazing how when you just kind of stop doing something and you break a habit and you get used to it, it just becomes normal. So I'm very careful these days as to what I actually listen to. I don't really listen to radio either, and even like music and stuff. Like, I love music, but again, you have to be careful of the kind of things that you're listening to and the lyrics. I mean, the news is a big one. I don't listen. I do not tune in to the news or what's going on, and it's funny because I was always told like, oh, you need to listen to the news, you need to know what's going on in the world, etc. But it's all so negative. It's amazing how listening to this stuff can really like bring down your mood. Your mind is like a sponge, and it will literally soak up any information you give it. And even when you think things aren't going in or being absorbed, or you might just be watching TV and you're not really listening or whatever, but your mind is still taking in a lot of that stuff without you even realising. This is why big companies like put adverts on TV, you know, because it's going into your subconscious mind. And I think when you're like watching TV and those kind of what I would call like mind-numbing activities, your subconscious mind is very receptive to things, and that is why TV advertising can be so effective. I'm very aware of this now, and I will honestly say it has made a difference to my life. It's just one of the things that I've done, really. I've done a lot of other things to improve my life, and I'll probably talk more about those in the future, but TV and not tuning into the media was a big one. And I'm not saying you have to just go and stop watching TV altogether, you know, some people that's what they like to do. But just be very careful and aware of the kind of things that you are watching. You know, if you're not feeling too good in yourself, you need to take a look at the kind of information that you're feeding your brain. I actually once took part in a little TV thing. It was like a baking thing. It was like a BBC Three thing. And I got down to like the final 20. I mean, it was quite exciting at the time, but when we went to like the TV studios, it kind of made me realise it's not all so show busy. Like behind the scenes, it was actually quite kind of boring. There was a lot of waiting around, and it also showed me how it was all kind of just for show, you know. I honestly felt like it was rigged with the people that won it. I mean, I suppose it was a good experience, but it's all just made for entertainment, purposes, you know. And some of the little things that happen on these shows, how they make it into such a massive thing, and everyone's like talking about it and getting angry and upset over these little things, and I just think they've purposely done that. It's purposely filmed in a way to make you feel those emotions, but we don't always realise it. It's amazing how we're not completely aware of all these different things. So yeah, that's my thoughts on TV. I'm sorry, I don't know that I've explained it very right, but as I say, I'm kind of getting used to this whole talking on camera thing, so you're going to have to bear with me. I know that I've got a lot of good stuff in my brain, I just don't always know how to communicate it. And I think now I've talked a little bit too much, because I kind of feel like this cake is done and I don't want to go too OTT with the decorations. So you can just about see it. I'll bring it a little bit closer. I've left a space in the middle because I think it's quite nice to personalise a cake with a message, but I hope you can see it. I think that looks really cool. It's a really like modernised version of a traditional cake. So I'm going to pop this back in the fridge and chill it down so they get really firm, and it's just much easier to handle when they're firm. So that's my modern take on a traditional cake. I really hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching me decorate it and hear the random thoughts in my mind. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so I can make more content like this. And if you have like a baking question, business question, or anything you want to ask me, pop it in the comments below. I will happily answer it for you. I'm open to anything really. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye!